My name is Dr. Ella. It's good to meet you. So, you are here for the ADHD examination? Okay. So, if I may ask, what is it that initially brought you in today? What is it that makes you feel as though you may have ADHD? Okay. So speaking with friends who also have it kind of piqued your interest to Google things and do your own research about it. And you resonated with a lot? Okay. Perfect. So, how about we just get started? I can see you're kind of antsy to get started, so I won't let you wait any longer. So, I've got some questions here. I'm just going to ask you as we go along, okay? All right. You ready? Don't be nervous and answer as honestly as you can, okay? Right. So, could you go ahead and please answer with either never, rarely, sometimes, often, very often. Even if you have to use like a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being I really, really resonate with this. Okay? Okay. All right. Number 1, how often do you have trouble wrapping up the final details of a project once the challenging parts have been done? Okay. How often do you have difficulty getting things in order when you have to do a task that requires organization? Okay. And just as a reminder, some of these things might not even resonate with you at all. So you can just say no, never, okay? You don't have to force yourself to feel a certain type of way, okay? Okay. Now, how often do you have problems remembering appointments or obligations? Even scheduled events? Okay. When you have a task that requires a lot of thought, how often do you avoid or delay getting started? Does it feel daunting to get started on something? Okay. Right. How often do you fidget or squirm with your hands or feet when you have to sit down for a long time? Can you sit perfectly still without fidgeting, moving, doing something with your hands? Okay. I can see that you have kind of like a restless leg syndrome. No judgment. You can absolutely stim or tick or do whatever it is that you want to do here. That's part of my job. Okay. How often do you feel overly active and compelled to do things like you were driven by a motor. Okay. Well, let me ask you this. Do you ever have the sensation that you can't get up and do a certain task, but then once you start doing something, you have to do all of the things all at once, all at the same time, all in one day? Okay. Do you often have that all or nothing mentality? Okay. Right. How often do you make careless mistakes when you have to work on a boring or difficult project? Can go both ways. Sometimes people hyperfixate, actually. Okay. How often do you have difficulty keeping your attention when you are doing boring or repetitive work? And do you find it easier to multitask, or is it easier to focus on something when you have maybe something playing in the background, music, TV, videos, things like that? Do you get distracted by them sometimes too? Okay. But you can't get work done without something else going on. Okay. You're doing fine. Just breathe. We're almost done. How often do you have difficulty concentrating on what people say to you, even when they are speaking to you directly? Do you zone out typically? Okay. That's actually something quite normal that a lot of people with ADHD experience. So you are not alone, okay? So if perchance I am speaking in a way that has you distracted, or you don't understand or didn't hear or catch what I just said, just ask me to repeat it and I will, okay? Okay. No judgment again. It's part of my job. Okay. How often do you misplace or have difficulty finding things at home or at work? Forget where you put things. Okay. Do you often forget why you're in a room 30 seconds before you get in there, even though just a minute ago you knew exactly what it is you were going to do in that room? And then once you're in there, you're like, why did I come in here? Yeah. All right. How often are you distracted by an activity or noise around you? Is it like squirrel? Okay. Okay. How often do you leave your seat in meetings or other situations in which you are expected to remain seated? Do you have to get up and stretch your legs? Can't sit down for a long period of time or in one position? Okay. Okay. Say you were sitting in a chair like this. Do you sit normally, or after about 5-10 minutes do you crisscross applesauce your legs, or put them up to your chest, or hold them, or put one kind of dangling and hold on to the other? Okay. A lot of things are starting to make sense. Okay, that's good. How often do you feel restless or fidgety? Do you have a lot of fidget toys at home, or maybe something that you use to stimulate touch feeling, get distracted by something like that, or something that clicks or makes sound? Okay. How often do you have difficulty unwinding and relaxing when you have time to yourself? Do you often have the overwhelming sensation that you should be doing something productive? Do you feel guilty when you're taking time for yourself? Okay. Well, you absolutely should not, if that wasn't already obvious. But sometimes we struggle with what our brain is telling us, and we know that we're not doing anything wrong, but our brain is saying, why are you sitting there when you could be doing A, B, C, D, E, F, G? You could be washing dishes, you could be cleaning the bathroom, you could be folding laundry, you could be doing so many things. Why are you sitting here relaxing? Yeah, you just gotta stifle those voices. Try your best to, anyway. How often do you find yourself talking too much when you are in a social situation? Okay. Likewise, do you ever find yourself becoming too quiet and in your own thoughts, so to speak? Okay. When you're in a conversation, how often do you find yourself finishing the sentences of the people you are talking to before they can finish them themselves? Are you like, cut to the chase? Okay. Does it annoy you that they're taking a lot of time to get to the point? Okay. Get frustrated? Okay. That's normal. For people with this condition, absolutely it is. You're not alone. Now, how often do you have difficulty waiting your turn in situations when turn taking is required? Okay. How would you rate your patience overall? Are you a pretty patient person, or? Depends. Okay. How often do you interrupt others when they are busy? Okay. all of the questions have been answered. Thank you so much for your patience, and thank you for being honest with me, because that's really helpful. Okay. Now, during this examination, I'm going to need for you to be I'm going to need for you to try your very hardest, like as hard as you can, so that I can judge whether or not you do have ADHD, because a lot of the times it can be kind of like a distraction that is occurring that makes you feel fidgety or anxious. Other times it could be a different mental health issue all on its own. But when you are hyper concentrating on something and you still find it difficult to do so or to pay attention to a task, then that may become a cause for concern. So I'm going to need for you to try very hard. Okay? You promise me that? Okay. And if you can't, if that's something that you're trying your best with and you can't manage it, it's absolutely okay. Okay. You don't feel bad at all. Okay. It's just allowing me to know that you really do have a problem, that we can start heading into a path of help. We can try to go on some medications. There's just so many different things that we can do to help you, okay? So, no need to feel embarrassed or shy, okay? You are in good hands. So go ahead and put on some gloves. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a look at you first of all. I'm just going to look around you. And while I'm doing this, if you could focus on something in the background, not on me, okay? Try not to look at me. 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 So don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look. Okay. I know it's very hard. I know. You're doing great. Deep breath, okay? Now, we're going to start off with an auditory distraction, okay? I'm going to do this, and I want you to focus on my hand. Okay, focus on my hand. Don't look here. Focus on my hand. Focus on my hand. Don't look here. Don't look here. Focus on my hand. Don't look at the other hand. Don't look at the thing that's making the noise. Okay. Look at my hand. Look at my hand. Look at my hand. Don't look at this. 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 Look at my hand. Look over here. Look over here. Okay. I've got two different stress balls. Could you pick one? Just look at it with your eyes. I'll know which one you picked. Okay. And do not look at the other one, okay? Don't look at the other one. Keep focused on the one that you chose. Keep focused on the one that you chose. Keep focused, keep focused, keep focused, focus, keep focused, keep focused. Keep focus on the one that you chose. Try your hardest. Try. Okay. How about now? Is it easier or more difficult? Easier or more difficult? Okay. It's pretty hard, huh? Well, you're doing fine. You're doing great. Right, I have 2 pipettes. Okay, what I want you to do is just choose one. Okay. Just keep looking at the one. Okay, and now switch. Look at the other one. 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 Okay. So, this one is green, and this one is yellow. This one is yellow. This one is green. Remember, green here, yellow here. Do you remember? Just keep focused. Just keep focused. Look at my nose. Look at my nose. Look at my nose. Look at my eyes. Look at my eyes. Look at my eyes. Look at my mouth. Look at my mouth. Look at my mouth. Look at my mouth. Look at my nose. 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 Eyes. 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 Nose. Eyes. Nose. Eyes. Okay. Where was the green one? And the yellow? Okay. Very good. You did great. I'm going to do the exact same thing, except this time I have orange and the green. Okay. Orange, green, orange, green, orange, green, orange, green. Orange, green, orange, green, orange, green. Orange, green, orange, green, orange, green. So I'm gonna go like this. Remember, orange is over here and green is over here. Orange is over here and green is over here. Okay, can you remember? And look at my eyes, 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 look at my nose, look at my nose, look at my nose, look at my nose, look at my mouth, 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 mouth. Look at something in the background, 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 the background. And which one was green and which one was orange? Do you remember which side? Very good. I can see that you're trying to concentrate very hard, and I appreciate that so much. You're doing great. Now, I'm going to do the same thing. 2 different colors, okay? What I want you to do is look at my nose and do not get distracted by the colors, okay? Even if I put them in front of you, you should be able to still see my nose, okay? I don't want you to look at the movement. Just keep looking at my nose. 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 Look at my nose. Keep looking at my nose. Keep looking at my nose. Keep looking at my nose. Look at my nose. Look at my nose. Look at my nose. I know it's hard, but you're doing great. I've got some little mini lightsabers. Can you tell the difference between these two? Are they similar to you? Well, this one is violet, while this one is blue. You can't really tell. Perhaps just from the tips a bit more, right? Yeah. This one is more violet, this one is more blue. Now what I want you to do is do not get distracted by the lights. What I want you to do is look at something in the background, even whatever is moving around on my tablet back there. Just keep focused there. I try to distract you. To and fro. To and fro. Just gonna try to distract you like this. To and fro like this. Just gonna try to distract you. Try to distract you. Do not look. Do not look. Just keep looking at the background. Keep looking at whatever it is playing on the screen. I want you to look at my poster back there, okay? And just keep on looking at the poster. Keep looking at the poster. Keep looking at the poster. Try to distract you. Trying to distract you. Keep looking at the poster. I know it's very difficult, but you're doing a great job. You're doing really great. Just keep looking at the poster. Just keep on looking at the poster. Very good. Right. I've got another light test. Okay. I'm going to try to distract you with the lights. Alright? What I want you to do is just keep looking at my hand. Just keep looking at my hand. I distract you with the light. Keep looking at my hand. 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 Try not to look at the light. Try not to look at the light. Just keep focus on my hand. Keep focus on my hand. Do not look at the light, just keep looking at my hand. exact same issues. So you're not alone and you're not strange. Okay? Good. I'm glad we got that out of the way. Alright, well, I do have my findings, but I'm going to be emailing you everything that I found today, okay? Alright, I have your number and I have your email address, so I will be going ahead and doing that. But based on my findings, you seem to have just a little bit of problems with keeping attention, having a direct attention span, a bit of memory lapses, a bit of fidgeting issues. Yeah, that's all kind of correlated to ADD or ADHD. Okay. And remember, not all ADHD is the exact same, so you might just be like on a spectrum. Yeah. Some people can't focus, others hyper focus and then feel exhausted and burnt out, while others